le gapo no le avega ngbe avega e ba kwa mi an na go da ko bi da ba si da gbe ni ba e ye be yo to be na ni tre tu apo no ana ni tre tu le jita e ba kwa da ku to ne fa na go e si ku me yo to be Abraham jiveni ja le chami e ba kwa ku to ne fa na ni oh mina agbene na tepe na ni la masese ne bana mi ngogbo yi ne bana mi amayo pete pokla mi gbe ele mi apo le nya bia mi tabo mi abu mona mi abu agbo mona mi abu ngogbo yi be mona mi abu ko be ji je me mona ko da gbe vida gba si da gbe ne ba no cho gaga kare ezu gaga to na oro go na mi ke ta gbe me yo tre video me yo bra ni video me yo you wait to that second menu e poi ji me le bacho yan ngwa genu e yo mi apete na sapo no pluto no ma e me yo da nga bo da no da ki po bi da mani le me le da mani le zeme da nya me za do me kele me yo ra ke me yo mana me yo to le chi po chi bo e me ya chi to me ta po me yo chi po e to gbe gbagba da ni o na me no to mani na to e me do agbo e me yo fa go no fa go ma jo so ko se méjì wọlé méjì lọ sọ méjì wọlé méjì akala méjì la méjì lẹ tẹ méjì cẹ fún mi mẹ kẹ bẹtẹ jẹ tọgbẹ mi àdá sí mi ẹnẹ kúrò kẹlẹ bàbá abẹ ẹnyà dẹ ẹrú. Okay, so I am here now to start answering your questions, and I'm going to read your messages first before the questions and your greetings and everything. We have, is that the first one? Mm-hmm. We have our big sister Ifadara saying grand blessings beyond measure, Papa and family from Augusta, Georgia. Thank you very much, and blessings to you too. Thank you very much. And then Ebenezer Bonso says there's no sound.
We saw that. It was actually the video where the incantations cannot be exposed, so we muted it.
Okay. So let's go on, and then we have Zotu Butros. The sound is not coming. Okay, and they say it has been solved now. Okay, the Revolution wrote that the sound was muted. Thank you. Hello, our fans. We have muted the audio because of the secret words being used by Papa in this video. Okay. Which one was it? Is it this one?
The Baobab
3. The Baobab 3 one. Okay. Yeah. Okay, Ebenezer Bonso, greetings from Kentucky, Papa and team. Thank you very much, Ebenezer. How are you and family? Hope everything is going on well with you. Thank you very much for joining us this afternoon. Please send in your questions, and I'm here to answer your questions. Here we have Shamba Musa Mohammed saying greetings, Papa. Thank you, Bokor Shamba. Thank you very much for joining the section or the streaming. We are very grateful. Hope everything is going on well with you. Thank you very much. And I have Anani Anthony saying greetings to you too, Anani Anthony. Yeah, Shamba Musa again saying, Papa, it seems as though my spirits are more active than before now that there are more spirits in my home. I love it. Yes, of course, now you have become a Bokor, so you have a chair, you have things that when you speak now, spirits become active. So that's how it's supposed to be. That's why we learn, that's why we train, that's why every spiritualist, everybody who is trying to practice should learn from the right teacher so that you will be empowered, and that empowerment will let spirits become more close to you and they can now communicate with you. That's how it is. So without going through a physical teacher, you will just be deceiving yourself. But now that you have come and we have gone through all the things and you have initiations again, and then you got all your archer that when it touches your mouth and you speak out. So now your spirits, for sure, they must be very active. Not because there are many, that's not why they are. This is because now you have been raised, I mean, from just ordinary spiritualists to a Bokor who can also do work for other people. So the spirits have to be active with you. Otherwise, how are you going to work for people? Because now, Shamba, even if you take water and something is happening to anybody in a way, you put a chair on your mouth and you pray to your spirits that they should go and help. They will. They will listen to you because they have seen you that you are going to work with them. Thank you very much, Shamba. I'm very grateful to hear that. May the gods and ancestors continue guiding you to the light. Thank you very much. And then we have a Ras Kingdom Shaker. Before the European came and introduced us a gene to us, what drink did our ancestors use to pray to their gods? We use liha, we use deha, we use apetishi. So what is the problem? But I also will tell you that not all spirits drink apetishi. For instance, a far like this doesn't drink apetishi. That's why people use gin when they are doing Afa work, or use Shnap when they are doing Afa work. So if you are not spiritualist, you see, when you ask these kind of questions, you will not understand, because if you are a spiritualist, then you will know why people use gin, why people use Sprite, why people use sweet drinks. So it's not a question of whether Europeans brought the drink to us or not. There are some spirits don't drink certain drinks. This one you should know. We are not being stupid by using gin to pray to our spirits. We know, we are spiritualists, we know. The spirits that drink apetition, there are some spirits also, they like only apetition. And there are spirits that if you are drinking palm wine, you cannot get closer to them. Or you are drinking apetition, you cannot get closer to them. So please, leave it to us. We know what we are doing. Then we are here, Luis Papa said, good job watching from Sweden. Thank you very much, Luis Papa, for joining this afternoon. We are very grateful, and may the ancestors continue blessing you. Then we have Sikiru Nijin. Greetings, Papa, and the entire AMT family. Blessings. Same to you, Sikiru. Thank you very much. We have a Hero Kofi Asiama. What is the meaning of Boko? Mr. Heru, what is the meaning of the word Heru? Where did you get that name Heru from? The meaning of Bokor is someone who is initiated into Fa. Yes, and then we have Varaya Maya. Hello, it's been a while, Varaya. How are you? Greetings from Ohio, US. Good health, and thank you for everything you do. Thank you very much, Varaya. I'm very grateful that you joined. It's been a while, I haven't seen your name. But thank you very much for joining us this afternoon in Ghana from the African Magic Temple itself. And then we have Anani Anthony again. I hit my foot on stone when walking. Could it be omens? Do a reading to find out. I am not there when you hit your foot on anything. So do a reading if you want to find out whether it's an omen. Do a reading, you will find out. So that's the last one there. Okay. So let's go to YouTube. Then we have Mario from say hello, Daddy, and the AMT family. AMT family, greetings from India. Thank you very much, Mario. And then we have SB, greetings AMT family. Thank you very much, SB. Thank you very much for joining us. I want to use this opportunity. See, people think that we don't know what we are doing. And people try to bring things like that question that what our people were using before this. Go into spirituality and then you will know. But if you are not a spiritualist, in your own thinking, you are thinking that people shouldn't be using foreign people. We are not against foreigners in our tradition. You should understand that we are not against foreigners. We are not against white people in our culture or in our tradition. What we don't like and what we are against is we don't want them to continue dominating us. We don't like that dominance nature that they want to tell us that we don't know anything. We don't hate white people, and we cannot hate them. And if our people had hated the white man, I don't think that our ancestors would have given them land for them to build their churches. So people should forget that when you are practicing African traditional spirituality, does not make you to hate anybody. You are not supposed to hate people. So we don't hate white people. So people should stop thinking that once you are practicing African spirituality, you should be against white people, or you should be against who that is not a black man. No. There are so many black people who are so stupid. Their behavior is even more than the white man's behavior. They are out there. They are your own black-skinned brothers and sisters. They don't think well. So it is not, African spirituality does not mean you should hate white people, or you should hate to use white people's things. If you are talking about us using the medium that we are using to transmit to you, was it not created by the white people? So if you hate goat, then don't drink goat meat soup. We don't know. If you hate goats, then don't drink goat meat soup. Chiribono, bochi. Spirituality is all about. So please be very open-minded and stop that kind of thoughts that it is when you are doing African spirituality means you have to hate white people or you don't have to deal with them. Can you survive without them? Let's be realistic. You are using phone to watch us. You are using television to watch us. Have you created any telephone or any television by yourself? Let us be very realistic. African traditional spirituality is not against any race or anybody. We only teach that our people should awaken and know that they too, they are special, or they have knowledge and wisdom. That's what we are doing here. We are not teaching you hatred. Yes, let's see the questions again. Okay, we have a Godson Terra. Papa, greetings from Clicquot to you and the AMT. Prior to the ongoing issues with money rituals and killing, which is painting the everyman black, I want to ask if the Africanian mission has any role to play in curbing the menace. I don't know if it's because you had the opportunity to go to school that made you have so much in-depth knowledge about voodoo practice, but others who are not seems to be playing on the intelligence of the populace. I also humbly want to ask if you are a Pohuna too, and whether you go to the conclave every year. Let me see the name and then I will answer the questions. Yes, Godson Taiban, thank you very much from Clicquot. I once associated myself with the Africanian mission, but my personal view is the Africanian mission wanted to equate our traditional medicine to Christianity. So the services that are conducted there, to my own understanding or whatever I have seen, is more like church, only that it is conducted in the African way. That's not what I teach, and that's not what I stand for. African traditional spirituality is an action-oriented thing where rituals and libation and a whole lot of things takes place to make things to work or to bring changes in society or in the universe or in nature. The Africanian vision, the feeling that somebody must be of this height, somebody has this position, that position. Spirituality, you don't need title. In real spirituality, there's no need of any title. That's why I run my shrine by myself and my children. I'm not trying to be bossy over my children. I'm just teaching them that one day when I'm not here, they could also teach others. But they are aware of everything we are doing. I'm not bossy over them. If they don't do something well, I will correct them. I may shout on them, but then I'm not trying to be bossy. When you see me and my children, I'm not a boss over them. When a society begins to, or a spiritual discipline begins to have the, what do you call it, human ego, let me use the word ego, to come in between your spirituality and yourself, then that thing will be changing and becoming a religion. So people try to turn our traditional spirituality, which is action oriented, into religion. And this is what I had seen in Africanian mission. People were just trying to be bossy. And so many things which I don't want. I have been in bigger organizations around the world, but I left because of that human nature whereby people want to be bossy, and the God factor is gone. It becomes a human factor. I want to know the truth. I want to do spirituality. I don't need organization or what do you call it, any group before I can approach my God, or for me to approach my ancestors. Spirituality, as I kept saying all the time, is an individual affair. It is not a group thing. When you are able to understand what they are teaching you and you are able to apply them, and the teachings that were taught to you, and when you apply them and they are working, then you know your spiritual practices is working. It is not how you wear white clothing and wear plenty beads on your neck or around your arms and wear all this and dress up in a certain way. That is not what spirituality is. That is just human nature, human factor, just putting to it. You don't need to have any title to see God. You don't need to have any title to work with spirits. But, of course, when you are initiated into certain things, so now you are no more an ordinary student, but you can also teach. That's why the word Bokor Christopher, and all these things come in. So spirituality is an individual thing, it's not a group thing. So the Africanian mission is associated with them, but I have seen it more of a religion than spirituality. That's why I don't associate myself with them very much. They are not a bad organization in any way, but our people have always been using a traditional spirituality as a religion. Most people, they don't even know the difference. That's why people leave and go to church, because they don't really have the in total understanding of what is happening, what spirituality is and what religion is. People just go and dance, sing and dance, and that's all. And they feel that, oh, today the spirit has really shaken me. No, spirituality is more than just dancing and drumming and all this. Even though drumming and dancing and singing accompany spiritual rituals and everything, it's only to whip up the aura or to whip up the vibration in the areas that spirit is. But without that, you can still see other things. So for me, I teach what I have. So for that reason, I teach the way I agree. I'm sorry, I am not a member. And then you also asked a question about yes, I am home too. and all my children are also at home. Everybody in our lives are all outside. But we don't join the conflict with other people. We have our own business where when the time comes, we go to our lives. And the head of that is the sense that I don't know the face for children. So I want to tell them about inside my SU. I am the one who teaches them. So I am also at home. I am having a way up and down. So that's the one I work with. So thank you. What is the name? Godson. This is my duty to come. But there is a person from what I can say from Bokor or Kriko or whatever. He's been using my products for the past 3 years, since 2019. And the person tried as much as possible to block me so that I could never see it. It was until last Sunday that somebody brought that to my attention. And when I tried to go onto the page, I realized that I couldn't even see it at all. But somehow, I sent him a personal message that why was he using my work to be having his page. He has over 13,000 followers on his page and stealing my work without telling me or without coming to pay any respect. So I brought his attention back to that, and I realized that the page was open. I could see it's a lot of my work and my essay, my Hubato, and other things that we have done. He was using it. I tried to ask the guy who you are. He refused to tell me who he is or who he was. And he said that he knew me very well because I used to come to his father. And I asked him, who is your father? So I can tell you who you are. He also refused to give me that. But also there's possibility that this person could be a totally different person. He does not believe in traditional medicine, but he's just using it. He may be sitting somewhere and he may just be using gaining his own fame and getting money out of it. So please, all of you who have subscribed to that channel, please try as much as possible and report that person to Facebook that is impersonating and is stealing somebody's intellectual stealing someone's intellectual what do you call it? Intellectual content? Intellectual property. To boost himself or himself, whoever that person is. I told the person to desist, and he should also make sure he tells people about how he got our content and until now he hasn't returned anything. He has not even apologized for anything. He only told using for wood and all this thing. But then why do you block me and my children? Not only me. You blocked me and my children from seeing the page if you knew that you were doing a good thing. But I'm going to pass through every means and make sure that guy will not function again. No, whatever length I will go. Because the person thought that we were fools. So I'm warning everybody or anybody who has been stealing my work or our work to boost their own life or to boost their own life to stop. It is not easy. We have invested a lot of money and other things into this. It was not just like we pick it on the street. Everything I'm teaching you people here, I learned it and I paid for them. I traveled out of this country, throughout Asia, to North America, came back, and I am teaching through Africa, and I'm teaching these things because I have spent money to learn them. So someone cannot just hide behind the scene and then watching my things and then create a pseudo page, a fake kind of page, give it a different name, but using my product property to be making herself or himself great. Such a kind of person is a criminal. It's a criminal, and I don't take that easy. So please, thank you very much. Make sure everybody report that page Bokor to Facebook, and Facebook should look through his products or whatever he's been posting, and let's see what they will come up with. Thank you very much, everybody. And then we have Audrey Makaj Brook. He said, good morning, Baba. Thank you very much. Good morning to you, Audrey. Then we have Baganero Sumaila. Hi, Papa. I want to be initiated into IFA, and how much will be the cost me, please? Oh, Baganero Sumaila, you came here, I did a reading for you. You didn't even come back to do the rituals. You are talking about IFA. IFA is expensive. You came, I did a reading for you. It's okay, you go and come back and do the ritual. You have not even been able to do the ritual. You are thinking about FA. FA is in thousands of dollars. At least at our shrine, it's expensive. Because the people who put together to give you FA, they charge us a lot of money. One person cannot give FA to you. And when we invite the best teachers to come and teach, they take money. So FA is not cheap, it's expensive. There are places you can go and then maybe you will not give anything, they will give you. That's also there, but me, we don't do it like that here. Yes, please go up. See, then we have 4-star Brandy, or 4-star Brandy. Because good morning, Baba. Good morning, 4-star. How are you? Thank you very much for joining us. And then we have there to see Aqua. Papa, what is the connection between spirituality and technology? Can spirituality lead to technological enlightenment? Get this thing down small. Let me see the name. You see, the point is that what was spirituality yesterday is today's science. What was spirituality yesterday is today's science. Let me use this simple listing. Is the analogy here of alchemy. Alchemy, which was more of a spiritual thing, later developed into chemistry. So yesterday's spirituality is today's science and technology. So there is definitely a relationship between spirituality and technology, or science for that matter. Now we are doing this work and we are calling it vodu. But in reality, this is more like a quantum physics. That's what it is. Because when you can do certain things, put certain things here, and it can connect into the universe and be able to bring changes into nature, that's quantum physics. But then we call it spirituality, or we call it voodoo. Because otherwise we cannot be here in Ghana. You only will speak on your money, and we will be able to tell you what is happening to you in your life. We never met you physically before, but we'll be able to tell you what's happening in your life. And even some part will even tell you the foods that you are allergic to, what you eat should not, which will be give you problem or allergy and all this. The white man call it allergy, but we will just call it that the spirit say don't eat this. We cannot be here if this is not quantum physics. We cannot be here in Accra, Ghana, and do a sacrifice for you here, and things will happen wherever you are in the world and get answers to it. This is physics. This is quantum physics, where we call it in our language. So spirit and technology, spirit and science, there is so much connection between it. Because at the end of the day, the technology is developed by thinking. Some idea comes from someone, like an inspiration, and the person put things together, and that idea materializes into physical plane, and then it becomes technology. Think about the information highway, internet. Is it not something that has been there from the beginning of generation, of creation? That's always been there, but until someone is able to put things together, because our ancestors were not using telephone. They were not using a television, but they could see, if they wanted to see anywhere, they could see, just like what I do with my mirror and all this. I could see anywhere. And if I direct my mind towards a particular place or towards a particular thing, I can go deep into it and find information about it. And that is it, what television, radio, and everything, it all came from spiritual plane. That's why the color for technology or for electronic devices is always black or silver and white. That's how this is. Because when the planet Uranus and all these were discovered, that was when these things came in. Let's say Uranus, I think Uranus and Pluto, when they were discovered, that's when this technology came into existence. But then it was also through spirituality. So, you see, that's my answer to your question. Thank you very much for the question. Then we have Godson again. Godson Tabe Papa, follow-up question. Please, do you think you can lead a crusade against these men and women who hide behind the heavy tag and claim to be human and destroying our tradition because, please move it to, can't say, women to hide behind the heavy tag and claim to be human and destroying our tradition because if nothing is done about it, I'm foreseeing a time that traditional practices will look more like a crime. So it will look more like a crime. So in short, can you use your knowledge to petition the appropriate courts to see if some of these people can be exposed, expelled, or banned from their fake practices? Godson, it sounds very beautiful, but you see, the truth about spirituality is that, as I said earlier, is an individual thing. People who believe or wanted to go towards those fake people are also there. But there's a lot of people, our people are very stupid, honestly saying, I'm sorry to say so. They don't accept the truth because most people decide to get things easy. They believe that you don't have to work hard to achieve anything. Even school, you don't need to go to school. You just, if you want to pass examination, just tell spirit to give you answer without studying. Then the spirit will just give you answer and then you write it and then you pass. And then you are ahead of people who have been studying very hard. People believe that they don't need to work before they can be rich. They want to buy airplanes, they want to buy Land Cruisers, they want to buy all kind of things. They want to live a good life without really working for it. So for these people who are this kind of lazy people, they will always go towards these fake people because these fake people also know that there are human beings in our society, in our communities, who do not want to do anything but just to get rich without working. So they will set trap for such people who will go inside. There's a saying in English that "Conny man die, Conny man bury." If you are greedy, you will be going to a place where you don't work but you want to make money and become rich. They should double money for you if you are greedy. And the man who is doubling the money also is also a greedy man. He knows that you are greedy, so he will take advantage of you. And when you are about to catch him, he will create a scene that you will be caught first. And then when they catch you, he is free, he's off the hook. That's what is happening in our society. So it is not my place to lead a crusade against anything. What I teach here is what I know. And I am open to anybody, any kind of listen, because in Ghana's constitution, we have traditional practices too. So traditional practices cannot be crime in this country. But people are criminal, and those who will do those criminal things, they will be caught. And if people are not lazy, they will surely work and get, they will surely get their price. If I work, I will be paid. If I don't work, I don't get paid. So when people think that it is easy to get rich, there will be people also who will be fooling you that it is easy for they can create money for you. How can a young boy of 17, 18 years who will be thinking of buying a Range Rover, and the way to get a Range Rover is to kill your own friend? Why should that kind of thing? It's because of the media. The Nigerian movies that we see every day, where they tell you that, oh, you can, this person is rich because it's in occult. What is occult? He's rich, so children watching this because they don't watch anything. Children would. That's why if you ask my sons, Sana and Pele, when they were young, I never allowed them to watch any Nigerian movie or African drama for that matter. Because the drama that is being put there actually is being put there by the church to sway people's mind away from the reality and put them into that kind of thing. So God said, I personally, I don't believe that it is my place to lead any crusade against anybody, because I am just doing my own thing in my small way. I am teaching individuals. I'm not teaching, that's why I don't have a group. I'm teaching individuals. I'm not teaching a group whereby you have to have a group and then this man become the leader and this one will become the deputy leader and all this thing. I don't believe in those things. Spirituality is an individual thing. You learn it. So I have no place, I have no power to lead any crusade against anybody. No. When you come to me, I'll tell you what truth is. And if I realize that you are that kind of type who is deceiving people, that you can double money for them, and you come closer to me, I'll tell you to only bring you into problem. And also the spiritual consequences are there for you to pay one day. And if you start paying them, you will not even know that it was what you have been doing to people. That's what is causing you to pay. Then you'll be blaming some old lady in some village that is the one who is bewitching you. So spirituality is an individual thing. And who has ear, they should listen. There are good teachers and there are bad teachers. Choose the good one, and things will be okay. Nobody is going to fight anyone for what they are doing. Let them do whatever they are doing. They have their karma to pay. Yes, and then we come to again to Anani Anthony. There's echo sounds in the background. Have you people solved it? Okay, then God's in time, and please, there is a problem in transmission leading to serious echo, so we couldn't hear Papa very well. Okay, I think they said they have solved the problem, so if there is something that I said you did not really hear, you can bring it back again, and I will explain. And then I have Tobi Nanakokosachi. We say Nanakokosachi, but we will call him Tobi Kokosachi. Greetings, Papa, from Kitampo. Hello, Nana, how are you? Thank you very much for joining us this afternoon. I'm very grateful for you, and I hope life is giving happiness to you and your family. May the ancestors and the spirits of nature continue to help you and guide you to the light. And I have a Sikiru again, Sikiru Legion. Tommy, please, what is evil eye in the Ebe culture? Also, you spoke of Ache when answering Shamba Musa Mohammed. Yes. Could you please educate us a bit about the Ache? Okay, that's good, Sikiru. First thing, the Nkuvwe in Ebe, which translates to evil eye in English, is the same thing that we call witchcraft, Ache. Because if someone is using an evil eye to watch you, means the person is using his mental power to disturb your vibration. So the things that will be in an equilibrium line for you, because of that evil eye, they will not be straight. So it will be coming, things will be like this. That's why we call witchcraft actually. And when people start to use that unkuvoy to be worrying you, things don't go well for you. And for that reason, you need to beef up yourself spiritually. That's why we do spiritual practices, we do rituals. When you see that something is not going on well, you do a reading, find out what it is, then you solve the problem. And the second question of Ache. Ache is only given to people who become Huno, people who become Bokor, people who become vodu. Because when you are dealing with spirits, you should not forget that you are a human being. They are spirits. Spirits are just vibrations. They are psychic beings. They don't really have any physical form that you can say, this is it. That's why God doesn't have any form. The Christians put cross. The Jews, they have their own. The Indians have their own. We Africans, we have our Legba, we have our gods, whether we carve them in the face how we like, or some, there's no face at all. Even some, there is not even, you don't even mount any clay on top. It is just like when you come into my house, there are so many spirits, there are so many voodoo, but you will not see anything because everything is just in underground. You walk over them, you don't even know that you have voodoos there. But that doesn't mean they are not working. So God doesn't have a face, and no spirit has a face. It is human beings who decide to create face that they like for those spirits. So when people are using a human being dealing with these spirits, a spirit can be beside you, but you can't see it, but it can see you. And a spirit, you can have a spirit, you want to ask it to do something for you. But when you speak with your ordinary voice, the spirit may decide to go to do the work, may decide not to do the work. So Ache, as in our Arabic culture, are herbal preparations made into black powder that a person will touch their tongue with it, and when that person speaks to a spirit, the spirit responds positively, because now the spirit knows that you have power in your tongue. So that is what Ache is. It is a herbal preparation made into black powder. Some are not black powders, some are black powders, but they are all herbs that our ancestors, our fathers knew which herb to combine that gives you power to control or to be able to deal with spirits. So that's what Ache is. And because Shamba Musa Mohammed was initiated into Fa before he even met me. But then I polish myself and my other colleagues who are also initiated into Fa. We try to polish his Fa spiritual side. I'm not talking about the physical side, fed it properly. And then we brought Shamba into a point where he can now be proud of what he has. And also, of course, have given him some energies, we call them spirits, call them vodus, that are working with him. So now I must give him the Ache, so that when he speaks to those vodus, they work, because he is going to be there in the US to be helping people. And if he cannot control or cannot speak to his voodoo for the vodus to work, then what is the use of the money he spent to come to Ghana or to Africa, and the monies he spent in learning all these things? It will be useless. So that's why I gave the Ache to him. And also it was this first time when I gave it to Shamba, that's when my own children also, I gave them the Ache. I have the Ache long time. That's why when I pray and I talk, things happen. Yes, let's go up again, and that is it. So thank you for that, Godson. Is it Godson?
Yes.
Thank you very much for that question. Hope my explanation will make something. And then we have Ras Kingdom Shaker. I'm from Avedapa. I know a bit about vodus because my late dad was a Huno. Okay, I couldn't ask him this question before he joined the ancestors because I wasn't enlightened by it then. You see, Islam and Christianity is said to be brought by foreigners into Africa. I want to know how come some African spirits use foreign drinks, and why can't we serve them with local drinks? Of we are to go back to our roots. Okay, Ras. Okay, I understand your point that you are coming from, but you see, spirits are universal. Spirits are universal. See, the names that we give to our African spirits, we give them African names. But that same spirit can be another country, another culture, with a different name. So I kept telling people that voodoo simply means spirit. And each country, each culture, each group of people have spirits. The white man has something called spirit. That's why he wrote the name spirit. He didn't call it human. The white man, he has something that in his dictionary called spirit, or in his language called spirit. That's why they have also something called human being, and they have something called animal. So what the white man calls spirit, we call voodoo or Bokor. So don't believe, don't think, and don't underrate yourself by thinking that spirits that are in Africa only belong to Africa and they are African people's spirits only. No. Spirits are spirits. Voodoo does not only belong to Africans. Voodoo is universal. But people who, voodoo does not only belong to every people. Voodoo is universal. And according to the culture and the language of the people, they will name it according to their understanding. Take, for instance, what we call in every land voodoo or Bokor or a tron. The accounts in Ghana, they call it Akom. That's why somebody who is with Akom, they call them Akomfuo. Komfuo, someone who is dealing with spirit. So Akom is called spirit. Spirit is called Akom in Akan language. And spirit is called in every language voodoo or Bokor. Or that's why we will call someone who is in charge of Huno. Or somebody who is a woman who is in charge of we call Hunsi. So we should try to remove that thing from our mind that only Africans have voodoo. What we Africans do is that the way we attend to spirit may be different from the way the white man attend to spirit, and may be different way from the way the Indians attend to spirit, or the Dagomba. No, I'm not even talking Dagomba, it's still Africa. Maybe different way the Chinese attend to spirit. But they are all voodoo. But for us, in our part, we believe that when spirit is with you and you want to empower it to work for you, you give it what it wants, like food, drinks, and blood. And also, it's not every spirit that takes blood. So don't be mistaken and think that because voodoo is African or is Ebe, it's supposed to only drink apeteshi and liha and palm wine. No. Spirits are universal. Like my Tobe Jopata I have here. In my Ebe language, it's called Tobe Jopata. And when the incantation comes, I will understand everything that I'm saying about Tobe Jopata. But this very Tobe Jopata in the Judeo Christian or Hebrew word, it is called Archangel Camiel. Camiel. Some people call Samuel. He who wages war to end war. So if I am calling it Togo Jokata for my own understanding, because when I say Jokata, automatically I understand. But when they call it Camiel, I have to go and translate that one to English language before I bring it back into my Ebe. But it is the same energy, it's the same spirit, but then it's functioning on this side. Okay, we have another spirit here called Alajabu. It's made out of raffia at Elaka. That's how we use the raffia, what do they call it? Raffia. We use it in preparing that vodu. That vodu is the same vodu called Frida in some part of the world. In Greek mythology, that is Frida. That's why it's the day Friday came. Then we have that same spirit called in Arabic called Yasmin. Listen, Yasmin. People, when you go further into Asia, you come across Jasmine. And then when you go to India, you go and come across Lakshmi. It's the same spirit. So when somebody is calling Jasmine, Yasmin, Lakshmi, we call it in our language Alajadu. So spirits are universal. So don't limit them and think that only Africans who have spirits. Spirits are universal. When a spirit appears in our culture, this is the name it gave to our people, and this is what it wants you to call it. So giving it a petition or giving it a foreign drink doesn't change anything. What matters is if the spirit is working for you. If the spirit is working for you, if it is water you give it water. If you give it gin, so that's why I'm trying to say that we are not trying to fight against the European, we're not trying to fight against the Arab, we're not trying to fight against anything. We are just trying to educate our people to understand that what we have is good. Do it and see whether you get results. So giving foreign drinks to a spirit is not anything wrong, because spirits are universal. What about those of us who are even human beings, we are drinking foreign drink? So do you say that we should all be drinking apetition and adoka in Ghana? Even the medium we are using to transmit, is it not coming from foreign? How many television stations do you, television companies making television or TV boxes in our country, if it is not imported? The medium that I am using to educate you today is also foreign. So what are you trying to say? Let us be open-minded. Spirit is universal. I have gone to India. I learned in India. I was in Thailand. I learned in Thailand. I was in Malaysia. I was in Singapore. I was in Ethiopia. I was in many other places. I was in the US. I was learning from where? Everywhere. So what about those places that I got all my information or my knowledge from that I am now sharing with you? If I say, oh, because they are foreigners, so I don't want to use anything of them, would I be able to convince you or be educating you? Forget about Christianity, forget about Islam. Whether Christianity or Islam, our ancestors were having business and trade with these people before Christianity and Islam came. Our people were trading with them. I don't know whether you have ever heard about Mansa Musa, Marijata, who took their this thing all the way to Arab land. So Ras Kingdom Shaker, yes, thank you for your question, and this is how I've seen it. I've been to Avedapa. I have relatives from Avejajepe, So I have been in that area. I know very well where you are talking from, and may the ancestors continue to bless you, and may the spirit of your late father continue to guide you. Thank you very much, Ras Kingdom Shaker. Thank you. And then we have I think we are done with this page. We don't have any page there. These are all you people wrote these ones.
Yes.
Okay, then we have Kadi Fisher, our sister Kadi Fisher. Greetings, Papa and AMT family. Thank you very much, Kadi. Thank you very much for joining us, and I'm very grateful. How are you and the children? Hope all of you are doing very well. I will be contacting you very soon. I've been very tight and things are not the way I wanted them to be. But then I pray every day that I should work. I need work to do, and work is coming. I cannot say I'm doing. I cannot say otherwise to say, oh, I don't want work anymore. So that pressure has been on me. But slowly, we'll get to our place too. Thank you very much for joining. And then we have a Deus Caritas Est. Ah, that makes so much sense. Deus, what was making sense? Anyway, then we have Yanifa Eleagu. Papa, please, can someone visit the temple to pay homage, or are there strict? Oh, what are you doing? Won't I finish reading this before you are moving?
Facebook.
Eh?
Facebook is moving. Yeah, question.
It's Facebook that is doing it. Okay. Or are there strict times? No, you can always come, Yanifa. You can always come to the shrine to pray, to pay homage, for sure. But then you must call me ahead so that you know that I am at the shrine, whereby when you come, you can interact with me, and then we'll see what happens. So there are no strict times to come. You can come at any time, but then we are normally open from 8 in the morning, 8:30 in the morning to 8:30 in the evening. So if you are coming, come between those times. But call me first and let me know that you are coming. Then when you come, you will not meet my absence. Thank you, Aboruboye. Papa, thank you very much. We will say Boruboye Boche. Thank you very much. Then we have Deus Caritas. Have you ever experienced anything coming from the Bantu or Congo? Not really. I have not really experienced East African traditional spirituality, but whatever it is the same thing. Is vodu, is African traditional practice. We call it in every language vodu. So whatever the Bantus and the Congo, just like what they call Palo Mayombe, Parikongo, and all these things were coming from our ancestors from the central and the eastern part of Africa, and because of slavery, were moved into this thing, and somehow people polish it up with so many things. But in my language, we will only call it vodu. So the Congo, whatever they are doing, is also vodu. It is the study of nature and how to learn how to be in harmony with nature. That's all that vodu is about. That's all that African traditional spirituality is all about. Knowing how to live in harmony with nature. Yes, and then we have again Mario Young from India. Bifita gin is the real deal. Daddy, I've been pouring Bifita for the last 1 week as libation, and I can see things getting better for me. All thanks to you for the knowledge. God bless you. Thank you, Mario. Thank you very much. Yes, I try to give very good drinks to my spirits. One reason, if I am drinking a good drink, why shouldn't I give to them? And I actually try to give them the best. The most expensive, according to my pocket, is what I buy for my spirits. And I believe they know that I love them. They know that I show my appreciation to the work they are doing for me by using this kind of drinks. And sometimes I even use Bombay Sapphire. Bombay Sapphire was one of the drinks I was using when I was abroad. But unfortunately, when we came to Ghana, we couldn't find it early. So I introduced other gins to my spirits, and slowly, we finally got the Bifita. We had been using one before, and then people started making fake ones and adding to to the market. So when you buy it, even you yourself, when you taste it, you realize that this is not the real thing. So Beef Eater so far, the company have tried as much as possible to maintain their standard, and they make sure people are not really doing the fake one. Because here in Ghana, you see so many drinks, even the petition, people are cooking it with nails and all kind of things. So we don't think about our brothers' welfare, our sisters' welfare. We only want money now. That's how we do here. So at least this one I know is healthy, and I will give a healthy drink to my spirits. So Ras, Ras what? Oh no, I know, but I'm talking to the first person who's Ras from Dakar. No, it's okay. You don't need to go there. Ras from Avedapa. I try to give the best because I like good things. That's the truth. So Mario, thank you very much for that comment, and it is good. And then we have Faustina Fiau. Good day, Papa. Lovely to learn from you again. Bless you. Hello, Faustina. How are you? Thank you very much for joining us this afternoon. We are very grateful for you. May the ancestors continue to help us all. So whatever knowledge and wisdom I'll be sharing with you, may they work for you and have a great day. And we have Mario Yang against Daddy. Are tortoise used in all rituals or only in certain ones? They are used in certain ones. But then there are certain things that when they do a says that spiritually you are not tough, and that's why you are getting attacks from different. The oracle will prescribe that they should get tortoise shells put into your bath, so that when you bath, your spirit will become tough. So people who are attacking you will not be able to attack you. So they are used in certain rituals, but not in all. When the ritual demands tortoise, yes, it's used. If it doesn't, then that is it. So that's how it is. So Mario, thank you. Then we have Deborah Jim. Hey Papa, I love today's teaching. Keep teaching us. Greetings from New York. Thank you very much, Debbie. I'm very grateful for you joining us. Thank you very much. Yes, and then we have our big brother Stone. Wise, well spoken. Thanks for generously sharing with us. Thank you very much, big brother, for always supporting our work. I'm very grateful. Then Deus Caritas is saying, can you talk about the importance of herbs? Is there an Ebe equivalent to Osei, which is the Yoruba Orisha of herbs? Okay, Deus Caritas. Herbs is voodoo. We in Ebe we say, Amma enyu, Amma enyu. What it means simple is that herbs are God, and God is herbs. So in simple terms is that whatever they call voodoo, it comprises of herbs. The knowledge of knowing which herb and which herb can combine and bring what kind of energy is all that voodoo is about. So even if the voodoo is as tall as the church or the tower, when you go under it, there are herbs. It is a combination of herbs that form what we call voodoo. So in our Ewe culture, voodoo is God. Amma enye. So without herbs, there is no voodoo, and without herb, there is no God in our culture. This is what it is. So Amma enye. So please understand it that Amma enye. So like the Osei in Orisha, I don't know what is Osei. And in voodoo, I don't think we have any herb which we call the equivalent to Osei. But sometimes they say that we will say the chief of herbs or chief of trees or the king of trees. Like, for instance, the king of animals is in the forest is called the lion. You know, the lion is the king of animals. Yeah, but the what do you call it? The tiger, the elephant, they are bigger than the lion. All the same, but then they say the lion is the king of animals. So in herbs too, we have certain herbs we call that. Oh, this herb is the king of this place. Like there's a herb called hensre. Hensre, we people say is the king of trees. But if you see that hensre itself, it's just a small tree. They say it's the king of trees. I don't know how our people came about it, but maybe because they can use it for so many things. That's why. So in herbs also we have like Avenia, which has its English name or biological name somewhere. We saw it last time. Those herbs are very important in our tradition. So Avenia is also regarded as one of the king of herbs. Then we have, when we are making a voodoo, we have certain herbs that we call Jogbe, Atong, the 5 fundamental herbs of voodoo. People in the southern part of Ghana, the Angola, they also Jogbe Atong. But we in the central area, we cannot say Jogbe Atong. We say Jogbe Atong, which means the 5 fundamental herbs in voodoo or bobo or spirit, to create a spirit or to invite a spirit, just like your computer, your phone, like this, certain things went in before it is able to receive and send messages. Same way when we are creating voodoo to connect to the universal spirits and spirits of nature, there are certain herbs for each particular voodoo, and then those things, when you put them together, boom, you put fire inside, they start working. So we have like that, but I'm not sure as the Osane and all this, but I cannot tell. Yes, then the characters again, I find it very interesting. In Cuba, we use the word ewe for herbs. Yes, the ewe is a Yoruba word for herb. Ewe means grass or herb or plant. That's why they call some ewedu, which is the, what do they call it? That spinach that is the drawing one. We call it wedu. But then Eve, this is not the correct spelling of Eve. Eve we have our own alphabet, but because people don't have that alphabet inside their what do you call it? Inside their alphabetical order, they don't have that Eve alphabet, so they are using W to represent. Or in English alphabets, they don't have that V. It's kind of this. I mean, do you people can you the V? Like somebody had already said it. In that person who asked question made something about a V. There's a special alphabet for the W that is there. That when you go to the Ghana key, you find it. Ewe is actually a herb in Yoruba language. Herb means ewe in Yoruba language, but in every language, the ewe doesn't mean herb, because that is it. Yeah, that one. No. You people are leaving it. Let me show you. Come to this side. No, that is gone. The thing was there. Why are you changing it? I want the Eve. Ebegbe. So this one they say ebegbe. That's the correct spelling of the word. The Ewe. So it's not Ewe. It is Ebe. But because people don't have the alphabet in their alphabetical order or alphabetical table, they are using the W. So when in Cuba you are using the word Ewe, that's also good, because most of the people in Cuba who learn about traditional African spirituality are more towards the Yoruba, Ifa, than towards the voodoo of the Ewe people. So definitely you will understand more of Yoruba language than Ebe. So Ebe is not Ewe, it's Ebe, Ebe. We call it the alphabet is very difficult for. So that's what it is, the characters. So the word my children are struggling, my technical team are struggling to get the word Ebe. What are you people doing?
This one, we are trying to get it. There was some minor issue.
But when I'm talking, people are hearing, right?
Yes.
Okay. So the way, let me show you. That one. That's the way. That's the letter. V. You know, the AV alphabets were created by the Germans for us. Our people, it is teach has no standard AV. AV other languages do have. We have different dialects. Like I had always been teaching. I told you that the Ebe in my area, we don't even have any word like vodu. No. Or, which means spirit. Or a tron, which also means spirit. The word voodoo is from the southern part of Ghana, or the southern area. They have that word for it, voodoo. But because that is what has been transported into the diaspora, and that's what everybody knows, that's why we all use the word voodoo. And that has become the standardized word for the Ebe language. That's why we always say voodoo. But if I should be using my own terms in my area, it will be called Bokor or a tron. Yes. So that is it. So the Ebe, this is the Ebe alphabets on the. Is it on the screen already?
Yes.
Yeah. These are the Ebe alphabet. You see. Yeah. That is the V. Okay. Cover it also that, or it will not show. Yes, that is the word V. So you see, we have A, B, D, D, E, F, P, G, B, Y, H, I, K, L, M, N, O, P, R, S, T, U, V, W, H, Y, Z. Those are the Ebe alphabet. So these alphabets are not common to other languages, so it's very difficult. So people just use other English alphabets to represent our word. But the word itself is not Ewe, it's Ebe. Thank you very much, Deo Caritas. And then let's see whether there's any question with coming under Deo Caritas so that I can answer that one too. Okay, so let me see the Deos if I finish all his listening. Say people, okay, said I find it very interesting. In Cuba, we use the word away for herbs. I wonder if that is related to the Ebe people and how effective they are with herbs. No, it's not that. I don't think that is what is in relation, because our language is totally, not totally, but our language is different from Yoruba, but we have some common words that is in Yoruba and also used in Ebe, having the same meaning. But then your point is very interesting, because maybe because the Ebes are very much good in Ebes are very much good in herbs, that's why the Yoruba call the herbs away. I don't know, but it is very interesting point. It's very interesting point. Okay, let's go up. And then we have a security legion again. Thank you for the wonderful answer, Toby. Please, during traditional celebration, we often see people dancing and displaying with knives. Please, is it only Kokusi that do such displays in public? What of those with Akpo Joker? Do they do something special before doing such public displays? Thank you. Okay, security legion. You see, the Joker or the knife displays and sometimes even gun displays are done during the festival to prove that the energy that you are dealing with is protecting you. Let me say it in that form. And it is not just you start to use knife and start cutting your words. You have to be initiated into it with some spiritual words and some mantras, as the Indians may call it. We would call them besa. So when they give you the besa, which besa means a word that can bind. Besa. Be means language or word. And then sa is to bind. So a word that can bind the spirit so that when you use it, the spirit will be there to protect you. So when people are dancing, it's not like anybody who could just take a knife and start dancing or start dancing with the bottles or a gun or anything. If you do and you don't have the power, you will kill yourself. Because even sometimes you even got initiation, but accidentally you can cut yourself because someone may be trying another spirit on you to overcome your spirit so that you can be exposed to danger. So Koku voodoo, I am not in Koku, but the little I have heard about Koku is that knife thing is for them to also, when they are being initiated, that is one of the powers or spirits that you are introduced to, or Besa, that you are introduced to, so that you can know that the spirit that you are with is going to protect you in times of war or dangers, whereby something that could cut you won't cut you. And then the Koku also sometimes is not the knife display. They even put the knife inside the fire, and the knife is very red hot, and they place it on their tongue, and their tongue will not burn. These are all spiritual energies and power. Sometimes they even set fire and they'll go and sit in the fire will not burn them. These are all spiritual initiations that people take. And when they are in celebration or festival time, people who were initiated into this thing want to show and display it to tell people that we are with an energy that can protect us from fire, from heat, from knife, and all kinds of things. So this is the reason. So if you are not initiated, don't try it because you may kill yourself. You become the butcher's knife. You will be playing with the butcher's knife. Yeah, that's how I would say it. So thank you for that. And then we'll have Caritas again. Those Caritas saying, Osen is a spirit or voodoo of herbs in Yoruba. Okay. Is there a voodoo or spirit for the Ebe people in charge of herbs? I hope it makes sense. Oh yes, it does make sense, but I don't know any particular voodoo that is in charge of herbs. Each herb has its own power. Each herb is a voodoo on its own. And each herb can do so many different things depending on the name you call it. We have something we call aheme unko, means secret name. Each herb has secret names, not only one. If you want the herb to do this work for you, then you call that secret name for it before you pluck it. If you want the same herb to do another work for you, the reason why you are plucking it, then you mention that secret word, and then when you pull it, that herb knows that when it gets to you. Because every entity under the sun and in the universe has got an energy behind it. And this energy is what some people call spirit. People call it whatever. Because if you go into science, when they say matter cannot be destroyed, right? Energy cannot be destroyed. It can only be transmitted or transformed into other things. So What is that energy? That's what we are calling spirit. So the energy can mutate and become into another form, just like this coronavirus. When it came first, it was just a virus. And then slowly, human beings started to find ways to contain it. It mutated into many other forms. And coronavirus is not something very easy for you to see with your naked eyes. And it's killing people and it's making people sick. It is also an energy on its own. We in Ebe land, we will say that that is the spirit of Togbe Vodu Sakpata. And Igbato, the owner, Babaluaye, is the owner of the earth. The spirit that controls the earth is the one that sent that spirit to be destroying, because it says things are not going the way things should go, and then that thing has been all communities in the past, and even now. When things happen like this, what do? They go to Vodu Sapata and do all the rituals and beg it so that it shouldn't affect their community or their household or whatever. So whatever is going on in the world today, which is the coronavirus, is also energy on its own, and is mutating. And they say they have variants and variants, South African variant, Brazilian variant, whatever, Indian variant, whatever variant. So that is what all that spirit is about. So each and every spirit, or each and every grass, every blade of grass has got a spirit or an energy behind it. Yes, let me ask there's another question there, let me answer it. And then Deus Caritas again said, you are very knowledgeable. I'm surprised how well you know Yoruba words. Thank you very much. I study Yoruba a little bit. I was in Yoruba land. I had been a classroom teacher in Yoruba land for almost 4 years as a teacher. I went to school. I went to teacher training college, crash course, teacher training college in Yoruba land. So I have some basic idea of the Yoruba word or the language. Thank you very much, Deus Caritas. Yes, let's go up, and then we have yes, Sekiru Legend has written it. That is a V. So this is what people are using. This letter, people can't write it, so they are putting the W. That's why if you are not Ewe, some of the Ewe words or Joka words become very difficult. But as time goes on, when you keep repeating and listening to the what your teacher said, you slowly master it. This word "ve" is not in English alphabet, so you cannot have anything to use it. So the W is closest, because the W in Ewe is called "we." So "we" and "ve" are closer to each other. So that's why we have some visitors. Yes. Okay. So we are closer to the W is closer to a "ve." That's why the word W, which we always call "we," is used instead of the word, because most people do not have that alphabet in their alphabet. I think it is the Aves and some the Germans and some other people who have this as a letter in their alphabets. Yeah. So, Skew Religion, thank you very much for helping me out here. Deus Caritas. So you can see that the Ewe, as in Yoruba, which means herb or leaf or vegetable, is the W there, and it's not the actual word for the Ewe, but that's the closest the English alphabet can use. So thank you very much. And then Echo Stone, big brother, say he is a well-traveled man, speaks several languages. Thank you, big brother Echo. Thank you. And then we have a Godson Tebine again, Papa, with your kind permission. I asked question about Akpo in my first question. Whether you have it and take it to the conclave every year, I think that was the time we had problem with the transmission, since you are teaching us about general voodoo practice. If you wouldn't mind, teach us something about Akpo 2. Thank you. Yes, bring the name down. Let me see. Nana, welcome. Godson, you see, I was explaining about Akpo. Yes, I am Akpo Huno, which means I am also having Akpo, or I also have the spirit Akpo, or I have been initiated into Akpo. So Akpo, as it is, where is my soldier V? Okay, let me get my soldier V out of my bag, which I always carry with me. Someone get the big Akpo from the office. Bring the Akpo itself from the office, and then we can put it down here. So they got, yes, I am also into Akpo. I am also Akpo Huno. And I don't go to other Akpo conclave because since my teacher died, we stopped going to his place. So when he was alive, every time, every year, we go to the Akpo conclave or Zume, Akpo Zume, to learn from them. So we go to learn from them, from him. But he died. He died. Okay, this is my Akpo. This is the Ablako. This is the one that, if you see in my videos, I use when we are doing a ceremony somewhere and Rain wants to disturb the ceremony. We bring this one out, and there are words that go with it, and we ask the heavens and the sky and ask for permission. If it is their permission, they should let us finish with our work before the rain will come. And most of the time, 99% of the time, the universe listens to us, and the rain will wait. And when we are done with whatever we are doing, the rain can come down. So this is the Akpo. It's called Togbe Ablako. This is mine. And this is also the same. But this one is the one that I'll keep with me in my bag or in my pocket, that when I get to a place and there's a dangerous situation that I cannot handle all by my physical self, then I will just take one of these, put them in my mouth, and mention certain words, and changes will happen in nature. Definitely, they have to. They have to. So this, yes. So I don't go to Akpo conclave or Akpo Zume anymore. Said, come and watch this in there. This is in the TV. You turn off.
Okay.
So you should be careful. So I don't go to this thing, but I have my own Ezu. So every year, my children and people who I have also initiated into the Akpo, they bring their Akpos and we feed it in my Ezu. So I don't go to any other person's Ezu anymore to go and feed my Akpo or feed this. We have our own Ezu where we do. Now, my children are many, and they all have this thing. So I have my own group, which is my children and those who are learning from me. So we also make our own. So we don't go to the general Akpo Zume as people do, because just like how that person also have the Ezu and people go there to listen, people come to me. So every year, yes, we go to Akpo Zume and feed the Akpo. Thank you very much. And then we have our big sister, Angie G. Fisher. Greetings, Papa and family. We saw someone the other day that had a lot of the LK beads on. What purpose that it served to have 100 necklaces on out as opposed to one of them? You know, that is a funny thing. See, some people just like to do leke. The Aves call it leke, and maybe the Yorubas are calling it leke, which means you want to decorate yourself, and usually these things are done on festival time, just like how in our tradition, when there is a traditional festival, our chiefs and our elders, they dress up nicely, some with gold necklaces and rings and all these things, some with beads and all these things. That is how it is for special times. But when people begin every day want to wear those things to show that they are in Mami Wata, they are in this thing, these are just nothing, because as I kept saying, it is not how you dress that's what makes you powerful. It is what you have, the knowledge that you have, the words that you have, so that when you speak them, or the spirit that you have with you, if the spirit is active and is working, you are powerful. Dressing up and all this thing to let people know that you are doing voodoo or you are in African traditional thing, it's all just a kind of, I would say it's a scam. Why do I say so that it's a scam? Because a lot of these people who dress up, they don't even know what is African traditional spirituality. They just want to show off, and they use appearance to deceive people. So that's why when you come to my shrine, I don't give you any new name. If you are Joseph, you will be Joseph. But all the spirits that are introduced to you, they will work with you as a Joseph man. I don't need to change your name to this, that. If you, by your initiation and you have a title like Bokor, which means you are now dealing with Fa, yes, I'll call you Bokor Shamba Musa, Bokor John, Bokor that. Like my son used to be called Bokor Costa Rica, because at that time when he was initiated into Fa, he was going to school in Costa Rica. So to differentiate which Bokor, we were calling him Bokor Costa Rica. So it doesn't matter whether you are wearing whatever and whatever not. What matters most is that the spirit or the energy, the voodoo that is introduced to you, if it is real, it will show itself. You don't need to struggle. If spirit is real, you don't struggle to see it's working. There are so many fake people, there are so many liars. People will come in, they will do a ceremony for 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, they will go, nothing will happen. You can decide to go to Cuba, you can decide to go to Haiti, if you don't go to the right teachers who will teach you and give you real spirit to work with, you can go and do anything, sleep in all kind of places, wake up. If the spirit is not real, or what spirit they introduce to you is not real, it's not going to work for you. So, big sister Angie, that is it, the people wearing all those things. What I have done for you, if it's not working, you know it's not working. If it is working, you know it's working. You don't need so many beats or so many things or dress in a special way. Go to your essay, talk to your essay, and see whether changes are not happening. Thank you. Yes, and then we have Michael Julian Walters. Hello, Toby. It's been so long. See you online. Thank you very much, Michael. How are things with you? Hope everybody is fine. Toby, St. Michael Julian Walters again. Toby, I want you and genuinely priests to gather to talk against ritual priests, spoiling the name of genuine priests teaching our ancestors' teachings. See, Michael, the truth is that we all do rituals. So when you people think that only when human being is killed, that is called ritual, you are wrong. Rituals are simply the way we deal with the energies that are working with us. I want to come to that point. Everybody does ritual. We all do rituals. But ritual is not limited to killing of human being. That is what is called ritual. So when you say people who are doing ritual, spoiling the name of them, everybody does rituals. Even in the Christian domain, they do rituals. In the Islam domain too, in the Islamic practices, they do rituals. Otherwise, they will not call something called adua, like when somebody dies or this thing they have to do, and then they have to pray in certain way, share certain things and all that thing. So in every culture or every spiritual practice, rituals are done. But when people begin to tell lie and deceive others that you could become rich without working hard because you have spirit, that is where the kind of rituals they do will be a wrong ritual. Because who says that when you kill a human being or you have a human blood, that will make you become rich? It is never true. It is these Nigerian movies and Nollywood and Hollywood that had painted our tradition so dirty that we are barbarians. We eat human beings. We are what's the name for the people who eat human beings? We are cannibals and all these things. So that is where our own people pick it from the Christian and religious people's level, and started making movies. The churches pay the movie studios or actors, and they write the script, so they should act it that way, so that everybody who is going towards traditional spirituality should run to the church, because the Bible has so much power. Who told you that the Bible has power? If the Bible has power, all our politicians will be dead by now. If the Bible and the Quran has power, our politicians in Africa, they will be dead. Let them go and swear to their home village deities and say that they will go into government, they will not steal a penny. Whether they will live if they don't follow that. But the Bible and the Quran, they are just books printed in the factory or printing press and brought to us to believe that there is God inside the book. Which God? God is nature, and nature is God. Nobody has seen God anywhere before, but we see nature and we see it playing its role in our life. He said God made a human being and dropped down on the earth. And then that human being, they say he was sleeping, they take his rib and create a woman. Since that day until today, do you see any God creating and dropping any human being anywhere? What about the goat? Is the goat also God made the man and then take the rib out of the man, a goat, and then create a female goat? Forget about all these fairy tale stories that has taken our mind from our ancestral traditional spirituality. We all know it's not true, but then some people have been so much put into it to the point that people believe that when you kill a human being, you become rich without working. So it is not that the people who are doing ritual that is wrong. It is that the people who are doing these things are not spiritualists. No genuine and true spiritualist will go and kill anybody. It is not true. It is not true. In today's world, in today's modern world, no, all the killings that we have had in our country so far, how many of them has generated money for anyone? Last week, what happened is that when you go to, even I was saying it today, when you go to a priest who says that he can make money for you, if that priest can make money for you, why the priest was not making money for themselves? They should make money for themselves first. If I can make money, why should I be making it for you and take more money from you? I make it for myself and enjoy it. If I have that knowledge, why should I be doing it for you and I don't do it for myself? He said, oh, no worry, the man said if he makes money, he cannot chop it. It's a lie. Did they write anybody's name on money? Do we know where monies come from? Whereby they say you cannot chop the money. If the one you bring, you can chop it. Is it the one who is printing it? Anyway, so when you go to this priest and they know you are greedy, you don't want to work. That's why you want quick money. They say ritual money, instant money, money come back to my boss. What again? Pocket no dry. So that you are not working and your pocket will not dry. And you go and buy somebody's food, you pay the person your money, and then you go back and your money is in your pocket again. What about that person whose money is gone? Where will she or he get money from before buying food tomorrow before you eat again or sell to people? So all these things, when you go to such priests or so-called priests, I don't think they are priests. What they do is that they will demonstrate some magical tricks to you. Mind you, magic as M-A-G-I-C is different from magic M-A-G-I-C-K. What's the difference? Magic as entertainment ends with C, where a magician stands on stage and entertain people to be happy and laugh so that they forget their problems. for that moment they are in front of them. He plays God. He'll be playing God, that what you think is impossible with the hands of a magician, it is possible. That is acting. It has nothing to do with spiritual power. I kept saying this thing. That the magic we seek, which is spirituality, you will learn it not out of books, but you learn it in the whole universe. You pick it and it is practical and it must be tested and proven that it is. Then you know. So that's what I was saying earlier. We sit here. I look into my magic mirror. You live in America, you live in England, and you want me to see what is wrong with you. I look into my magic mirror, and without you telling me anything, and I can start seeing in my magic mirror that, oh, this person has this problem. This is what is following him or her. This is what is attacking. This is how he can escape. And I tell you, then you know that I have magic. I'm not talking about entertainment magic. I have the psychic eyes, the extrasensory perceptive eyes and ears. Then you know, oh, this person I'm dealing with is real. But somebody, you go and put a box down and open the box, and there is nothing in the box. You close the box and open it, and then there is money inside, and you believe that he called spirit and spirit brought that money. That is entertainment magic, and which most of these people, so-called priests or voodoo priests or akomfo or whatever are doing, is just that they know people are greedy, they don't want to work. So they stand on that greediness that you have and take advantage of you. And when they took your money and start worrying, deceiving you, oh, come and go, bring this, you bring it. They say, oh, go, that one is not correct, go and bring another one, say it's not correct. And you kept trying and bringing money each time. It got to a point, the man realized that you are becoming too much a nuisance in his life. He has already taken your money. It got to a point he cannot get any money from you anymore, because you two are demanding that the money you gave him or her, he should produce what he wanted to give you. What that person is going to do is that it's going to tell you things that will put you into trouble. He will tell you, okay, you go to the butcher in the early morning, the place that the butchers are sharpening their knife, go there and then fetch water and wash your face. You know what the butcher will do to you? He's going to use his knife, and because you are coming to spoil his business. He does not know the reason why you are coming there to wash your face inside that water. It means you are a witch. You are somebody want to spoil their business, so they will harm you. Or they tell you, okay, go and get some oil. That oil doesn't exist anywhere. And you will go, you walk until your tokota, your slipper, under there is a hole. You will not find that oil. And he will tell you, okay, I have that oil. I know where to get it. I'm going to send from India. Maybe it's just fried oil. He will sell it to you at the money that, if you don't take time, you sell your children. That apart. Then they tell you, oh, you know, that where this money is now, it is yours, but go and find me a red mercury. There is nothing called red mercury. You will never find it anywhere. And somebody will tell you, oh, you don't know that red mercury is called human blood? You see, they are telling you and putting you inside trouble. Human blood. So you have to go and look for a human being and kill. And that time, they're going to set you up. The moment you do it, police will catch you. The spiritualist, the so-called trickster, who call himself spiritualist, is free, sleeping in his house. You will face the law because he did not touch the human being or any human being. Police, if they go to court, he'll be set free because they didn't see it in his hand or her hand. So don't. Everybody does ritual. We do rituals in our house here, but it's not. Nobody is using human being to do ritual. How many human beings can you keep? How many human beings? Human beings are not like chicken that you can just go and buy and keep. So it is not possible. So Michael, it is Julian. Yes. Thank you for the question. I didn't know you have been watching me. Thank you, and my regards to all the children. Say that grandpa says hello to them. Thank you very much. Yes, we have a guest, live guest here from Solomon. Is it Kwewu? Well, we have some guests from Kwewu, chiefs and his entourage. So please bring the camera on them. We say hello to them before we continue. Nana, would you mind? It's okay? Okay. Is it? They changed it to this one, so Nana and his entourage, thank you very much for joining our Facebook Live today. We are very grateful for you. Please sit, relax, and enjoy. And if you want to ask any live questions, please do. Yes. No, okay. Let's go on with the questions. So please don't fall prey to these liars and scammers who are deceiving you and telling you that they are spiritualists. If a person has a spiritual power, when you approach the person, you can feel the energy. Don't let them use drama and all these things to deceive you. A real spiritualist is very simple, very humble. The one that has the power does not demonstrate power. Yes, so we are going to Makafui Kofi Sosu. Papa, what happens to me when I have Afa and I'm no more attending to them? When you have Afa and you have been initiated into Fa and you abandon your Fa, your own life also will suffer. Why? Because Fa is a spirit of divination. A Fa is a spirit between man and God. That is how our ancestors believe that when you want to know something that your normal human senses cannot know, you use fact to go into God and bring that information to you. There's a saying in fact that Fafa Buzodo Ame, or Fafa Bujodo Ame, which means a fa is a very cool and a very soft thing. But if you don't take good care of it, it will become like a fire in your life. So when you have fa and you don't attend to it properly, you will be running around trying to get things done, and they will not be going on well, and you may not even know that it is fa that is blocking your door. So if you've been initiated into fa, please take care of it. And if you know, those of you who are not yet initiated into fa, when you know that you cannot take care of fire and you cannot really do its things, don't force yourself to get initiated into them. Because it is not something that you can get and say today, I become Christian, so I'm throwing it away. Your life will not be the same. You cannot say, oh, today, now I'm rich where I'm rich, I have money, I don't need to attend to these things anymore. Let someone who is already keeping far and who knows the ways of far, go to that person and let the person guide you and be giving you things to you than you having the far. When you need divination, go to a Bokor, go to a Afa priest or all the other people who know about far or can do divination, instead of you trying to get to get far by yourself. But if you know and you think that you can take care of it, then please do. It is very important. It actually it magnifies your life, and because in fact you will know what you are coming to do in this world. You will know the foods you should eat, the foods you should avoid, the places you should avoid, even to the point where you should sleep, the kind of woman that you should associate with, the kind of man you should associate with, those you should avoid. That is what far is. And when you are able to get all this here, you know, that means you have knowledge of your life. You have the roadmap of your own life. And if you follow it, you will not fall down without knowing or knowing what to do. Definitely, you will be guided and you will be guided well. But if you yourself, you don't follow the guidance or the path, and you deviate and you fall down, then it is your making. Thank you. Derek and Davos, say it's true. Thank you very much, Derek. Thank you for joining us. And then we have Michael Julian Waters again. How? No, it's go up. Okay. Toby, sorry you didn't understand my message. I mean that the way false priests and malam spoiling the name of our tradition and genuine priests. Okay, genuine priest. If there's a malam who is not a genuine priest, that is his own problem. It's his own belief. It's his own palabra. Me, the real thing is that I know how to live my life. I'm not here to deceive anybody or take advantage of anyone. That one I know. And I cannot stop someone from not living their life. We all have our karma. We all have our repercussions. Whatever you do will come back to you in one way or the other. I want to have a good life so that when I leave this phase of life, I should come back here a better person or be put in a better position than I am now. So I will do things that I know that when I do them, I will have a good life after my life. And I will not do bad things because I am hungry. There's a saying that you don't go hungry and then you are looking for meat to eat, so you cut your tongue and burn it. When you burn it finish, what will you use in eating it? That's what those priests are doing. I cannot control them because I don't belong to any association. Even the Association of Ghanaian Traditional Disciplines, I was part of Ghana Psychic at one time, but then I don't really see what they are doing. A lot of jealousy and enviness and priests trying to attack each other spiritually and all the same. I left the group. So I am on my own. If somebody falls into any problem, let them handle it. Because I have my own shrine, and anyone from anywhere in the world at any time can come and see whether I am doing evil thing, or they can even set up people on me and see whether I am doing evil thing. If I am, then it is me who is wrong. So, Michael, thank you very much for the advice. I know that it is spoiling the name of our tradition. The truth is that our tradition can never die. With this exposure of these tricksters and thieves, is what is going to make this tradition become more solid, because we are going to weed, or the society itself will weed out these chaffs and bad eggs and bad weeds in the farm, and the real ones will remain. Because if our tradition is going to go away because of these happenings, then there will be no chieftaincy in our culture anymore, because our chieftaincy is linked to our spiritual tradition. So there is no way our tradition is going to go and have bad name. The white man tried it. Now people are awakening from every angle and beginning to realize that all these things that they were bringing to us was all lies, and we never knew. The black man did not accept Jesus by himself. They whipped him before he accepted Jesus, because he was feeling pain. So instead of it, just by saying, oh, I accept Jesus, then they will stop beating me. Let me say so and be free. The black man did not accept Jesus of the white man. No. They were forced, whipped, disgraced, and for them to continue suffering just because they don't accept Jesus Christ, it will be better. So from that generation, they have to teach their children that, oh, please, be careful. If you don't want problem from the master, accept what he tells you to do. Then that continues, and now everybody is Christian. We did not accept Christianity by ourselves. We were forced. Yes, let's go. And then Michael again. How are you, Toby, or priest, can make the government know about it? Because we still love our ways of worshiping. Oh, who said the government of Ghana doesn't know about our tradition? In Ghana's constitution, there's a place for traditional worship. You know, a long time ago, whenever the government goes to do any special thing, they have the Christian prayer, They have the Muslim prayer, and they have our traditional prayer. Because Ghana is a secular state. We have all these things inside. So it was until Tamils come, and because of TB Joshua, they stopped praying to we stopped using our traditional prayer at government functions or ceremonies. So there is no way, our government is aware of everything. They should go catch the people who are doing this thing, because they are all on the TV, and if they don't know their houses, they should contact the television station and find out where these people are, and if they can make money, they should make money for people to see. And if they prove themselves that the frequency law, it is written that if you are genuine, it's not real, they should close your station down. But why those stations are not being closed down? I'm not the one going to close it down. The laws are there, but our laws are not working. Yes, let's move up. Michael Walter, Tommy, can you inbox me your number, please? Yes, they will send it to you, Michael. We'll talk. Then we have Yanifa Eliango. Thank you, Papa. I will call you ahead of time, sir. May Ifa continue to bless you and bless you too. Thank you very much, Yanifa. I'm very grateful for you joining us this afternoon. On the this thing. I realized that you people have closed down the restaurant. I came there the other day, I couldn't find anybody. The place was closed down. So what are you doing now? Please call me and let's talk. We have a format in Kobla. Good afternoon, my dear brother Hunoga. The following is my contribution, not to be confused with stage magic. Magic is art of utilizing natural forces around. That is the one with K. Magic is art of utilizing natural forces around us to bring about change. Magic is neutral, neither good nor evil. The practitioner decides how they would. The practitioner decides how they would like to focus this natural energy. Magic is a powerful tool that you can use to bring about positive changes in your life. You are very, very right, for Martin. That is wonderful. Thank you very much for this thing. Magic brings changes. We are not confusing that with stage magic. And you know, we at Africa Magic Temple, we are also stage magicians. We go to entertain companies like MTN, Vodafone, the banks, and all this thing. We do magic show. Our last show was about 2 years ago, where we did a big show on the stage with one of Ghana's famous musician, Sarkon here. And then in that show, we were able to cut a woman into two with the electric buzz saw, and then again put it together. But that is entertainment magic. It is to make you, carry you from the world of fantasy into the world of illusion, where you just imagine, you carry your imagination far away. But we have magic, which is with a K, which is the traditional spirituality that we practice here. We don't mix the two in our shrine. We don't mix the two. Yes. Yes, the formatting. Thank you very much. Let's go up, and then I think we are done with the Facebook. Let's go to. Oh no, calm down. Yeah, I think. Mario Young from India is saying thanks for explanation, Daddy. And then Mario Young again, Daddy, I saw somewhere that the water that is used to wash the rice before you cook has also get spiritual potency. Just checking with you if it is true. Yes, there's possibility that the water that you use in washing, when you wash rice, the water you pour out may have a spiritual potency. Because like in farm, when we are making farm, we are buffing farm, we use the water that is made from corn when they cook cake, the water that remain, or when they cook kava or agidi, when they cook it, that water, we will soak the kenke overnight in the water, and then we pour the water off. So when we are buffing fat, we use that water to buff it so that it gets energy. After all, we eat the kenke, people eat kenke. So what does it give people? It gives them energy. So when the water, because spirits do not eat physical things, so you cannot give, so you have to find a way to empower them by doing certain things. So that is very, very, very true, Mario. So if in India, the rice water is what it is said to have spiritual potency, try it and see how it works for you. Because without experimenting spiritual things, you cannot prove that it does or it doesn't. So whatever you learn, try to practice it and see how it works. And then SB is saying beef eater is no joke. Thank you for the knowledge. thank you, SB. And then we have Richard Safo. First time here, senior, please. What is the real meaning when the Bible says our ancestors' worship is foolishness? Because when they say your ancestors' worship was foolishness, don't you know that the white man also brought their ancestors' worship to you? Is Abraham your ancestor? Or are you telling me that Isaac and Jacob were your ancestors? They were the ancestors of white people. So they brought their ancestral worship to you. So what do you expect them to tell you? My grandfather was not born in Israel, and his name was not Abraham generation. If you look at in the mirror, when you look at your nose, does your nose look like Abraham? Whereby you say that he's your forefather. Forefather for where? And you look at your skin. Does Abraham look like you? Or do you see the children of Abraham look like you? Whereby you say, when you die, you go and sleep in his bosom. Has he finished carrying his own children before going to carry you? So we should be smart. We should be smart. So when they say your ancestral or ancestors' worship is foolishness, it's only they were disarming you so that they can take advantage of you and rule you. After all, what did the white man come to do with the Bible? They came to use it to rule us. They told us that God is in the sky, so we shouldn't look for anything here. But they came to take our everything and went and build mansions in their countries. They built streets of gold in their country. And we are still with the gold here, but how many Ghanaians are wearing gold? How many Africans are wearing gold? No, we are wearing something called kupa. That means it's not even gold. But the white man takes the gold from here and take it to his country, and they are putting it on their crowns and they are wearing it. So you don't know that that is what they try to tell you to avoid. Do you think that if our ancestors had really continued seriously with their tradition, you go inside the gold place to dig and the gold falls on you, the mountain falls on you, you come out. Tomorrow your brother will not go. Right? Or you go into the forest to do something and snake bite you. You will not go there again. Go and watch the film Avatar and you will learn what this is all about. Yes, I think we are, Richard Safo, thank you very much for the question. I'm very grateful. And then I think we are almost, what's the time now?
3:48.
Okay, we have about some few minutes more. So please spread your on your pages. Please send this live streaming. Send it, share it on your pages so that other people can also join in and ask questions. Yeah, because we are trying to demystify our African traditional spirituality, which the is called. Because I don't speak, I mean, it is everywhere. Our people, we are trying to tell. That's what I teach here, to demystify the fear, to say that when you follow your ancestors, you will be going to hell. Why should you go to hell? And does hell really exist? And does heaven really exist? You think that if the white man has heaven, he will let you come? Even to go to Europe, people cannot go. They stop you. They are not giving visa. People are jumping inside the sea and dying. Just to go to physical place, it's not possible. And you think heaven, where there is gold and diamond and milk and honey and everything is free. White man wants you to come there. To do what? Even here on this planet is using you as a slave. Is killing you, is beating you, is killing you like an animal. And you go to heaven. Who is there in heaven you are going to meet? Your grandfather or your grandmother? Let's think seriously. Let's think seriously. It doesn't exist. If there is a heaven, why should the white man want to make his heaven here? They should also just go. And they are trying to make heaven here. Even they are sending spaceships to other planets. So why they didn't wait to die and go to heaven? Anyway, so where are we now? Are we having any questions again from Facebook? Are we done? So this is okay. We'll go on to Facebook and see if this is what's up. What do you call it? YouTube. We are done with YouTube. Are we?
This
Facebook. This Facebook. Okay. So we're please we have some few minutes more to close our section, our live streaming. Please send in your questions. Don't be afraid. Ask the questions that are bothering you so that we can do our best to answer you before the section closes. Okay, play some videos for a few minutes and let's see. Lost some siblings. The father is family.
Kumakata amuva no yuva yiba ko la ko fudu e kenya la ba
mauga sokoli samendo ago mauga kitika. Mauga sokoli samendo ago mauga kitika samendo ago mauga ese joto amejoto ese nanu ame ese tienu ame woman obebi mebi anu dokono obebi ogbena dokono obebi mebi anu woman obebi obi osenye popoli ko se la tafia ese nyo amenyo se gla megla me yo ra me yo she me ham for asho beti yo se mi for asho yo abraxes me yo je entre ko do me yo tá direito ao evento com o pessoal cago do mundo do e me yo miano so die anyi du so kakachika bojadre me ala fa banya gbemi la gbemi gboro mi joro hono me yo ra pipi wonye anyimba ma jo flo afokla anyimba ma do adika wonye abiri ma teku etega o me yo akan gbejo be kan ngole wa kan jefo ba kan busu ba kan trobo ba kan menyo ba kan difi ba kan mami wa to ba kan gba ba kan peli gba bi me gba haja do lo akopla ba di fi to ba so me do ju me yo mi nu da o ko gba bo wo ka ku pa mi o zango me yo mi pele bi ra ke yo ra ke wo jo patajo maku afọkẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ bọ̀ lọ́mọdé tí mo bọ̀ lọ́fún dòwò mẹgbẹ̀rẹ́ o kúrò kú àtọ́lẹ̀ fọ́fọ́ mi jọ̀gbẹ́ ní òbẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ ẹ̀gbọ́n ní wọ́n tó ayé mọ̀ mọ́jú òtó a anukọ́ adékúlẹ̀ bẹ̀ yíyí lẹ́fẹ́ mẹgbẹ̀tọ́ bá jọ tó sọ pé ìbùwọ́ mọ̀nà tẹ́fẹ́ ká jọ pàtà bẹ́ẹ̀ lé àfi jò wọ́n bá jọ yíyí jọ pàtà mẹ́fìá jọ pàtà mẹ́tọ́rọ̀ mẹgbẹ́ dáàbò àfi fagbẹ́ wílé ìdìnà jọ pàtà lẹ́nà ẹ̀fì àjọ ló jọ pàtà ẹ̀yẹ tẹ́fẹ́ mọ̀ yọ ọ́ sí bọ̀ jírí tó tọ́gbìn dẹ̀ dàbà pẹ́lú tí zùgbọ́n àjìmí òtúkúrò lọ́jà lóko kọ́ balẹ̀ tí bàbá mẹ́gbà àgbo sàpàtẹ́ mẹ́yọ àti kèjì mẹ́yọ kúrò fún mẹ́yọ àlàáfíà ẹ̀yẹ mẹ́yọ ọmọdé sí ìgbà pàpà sísẹ́ sẹ́tọ́wé gẹ̀jẹ̀ ẹ̀yọ mẹ́yọ pé àpẹẹrẹ mẹ́fọ́ fanagomu afagbo màjẹsọ pépé tọrọ sọ̀rọ̀ mẹ́ta pàbílì ẹ̀yọ pọ̀lẹ́ gbẹ méjì ekú méjì wọlé méjì gbẹ méjì oṣù méjì ọ̀rẹ́ méjì àgbà méjì àkàrà méjì kúlá méjì sá méjì ká méjì tó gbẹ méjì ẹ̀yọ túlá méjì mẹ́yọ lẹ́kẹ́ méjì mẹ́yọ tẹ́ méjì fún méjì ọ̀lẹ́ tẹ́ túlá mẹ́yọ lẹ́kọ́ bí lẹ́kẹ́ bọ́ tó bá dé Kalau bawa dengan ada ini, punya TV melihat apa tu jogbe, namanya. Secure religion was saying that to and kudos change the what is it? We change the what we are saying to help me. We change the software from what we were using the other time to what you were used to. So that's why it seems like it worked very well today. We thank the technical team for advising and then continue. So thank you all also for joining and asking very interesting questions. And these sections will be here for a long time to come, and people will come and learn from your questions. And I believe strongly that I try my best to answer them to the knowledge that I have about vodu. I try to answer them. What I learn is what I am teaching. I don't teach what I don't know. Kofi? My position camera in African Magic Temple logo question. If not, we will just close the session because today's section has been very vibrant. I like the questions that were coming. We are all learning. You know, knowledge is not stuck up in one place. When you want to be wise, you need to move on
from one place to another in order to gather knowledge. So when you do so, you know. You see the sign behind me? This is the vodu. The Buddha. This is our symbol. Means when we translate it into Akan language, means Sankofa, go back to your roots. The story in it is that there was this pigeon in the forest who said that spider, who said that he wanted to get the whole wisdom in the whole world and put it inside a god, so that when people are looking for wisdom, they should approach him before he will give it to them. So the spider was picking wisdom, knowledge from everywhere in the world, and then the god. Now he says he's going to take it and put it at the top of the tallest tree, so that anyone who will go there before they get there, they will see him for sure before they will get there. Then the spider knowledge, and then he started climbing the tree. When he put the god in front of him, so he could not climb. Anytime he tried to climb, he falls. Then there was a bird, a pigeon in the forest, was saying, try the vodu, put it at your back, put it at your back. Then the spider listened and said, what? He said, put it at your back. Then the spider put the god at his back, and he could climb the tree. He said, no. Even I tried to gather all the knowledge in the world, I couldn't. Just that little bird told me I should put it at my back, and I did, and that has made me to climb. So I will spread the knowledge. Everybody should have knowledge. And then he came down and broke the god, and all knowledge spread. So our sign is knowledge is not at one place. Always look back, and vodu, look back, and Sankofa, go back to your roots and learn. Thank you all, everybody. And then what's the time now? 4:02. So we can close the section, right? Or do we have questions? Okay, we have a Kofi Indro Donko. A very true religion have lied to our people for so long about this heaven. Kofi is true. They have lied to our people for all this long. The Bible was a very powerful book, like how it shows in the movies that some bad spiritual man is doing things, and all of a sudden pastor come with Bible, and then the spiritual man fall down and started shaking, and then. But our politicians will not be thieves. Then we have a Senam Ajambeng. How can one become Bokor? Do I have to be called by the spirit? Which spirit? You see, that joke and lies that people say I was called by the spirit. I was called by the spirit. When the pastors and people are saying, oh, it is the spirits who call me. No spirit is calling anybody. It is not true. Somebody will see you on the street and say, oh, God told me to tell you this. Where did this see God? They just want to take advantage. The act or in your it is not like a spirit has to call you. Where would the spirit be before calling you? You have to start something. A reading by doing a consultation. Was young. I wanted to be a pilot. I passed for in the US. My father said he didn't have money, so I couldn't go. With my own desire, I wanted to be a pilot. One reason I wanted to travel around the world. That didn't happen. I went to school. I went to teacher training college. I started being teacher. But all along, that desire was there. I was telling myself that I want to visit Singapore. I did not even know where Singapore was. But in my life, I did not become a pilot, but I have traveled the world. I went to Singapore, I lived in Singapore, I lived in Malaysia, I lived in almost everywhere. I was in India, I was in Ethiopia, I was in Kenya, I was just everywhere. I was in Canada, I was in the US. Even though I did not become a pilot, my dream of traveling the world was fulfilled because it was in my destiny to travel, and it was in my destiny to teach. So after trying to become an evangelist when Charismatic Church first came into Ghana, I didn't succeed. I went into Hinduism. I tried to practice Sufi. I did not see anything, but I came down back home, and I am here teaching my tradition, and it makes me feel so comfortable and so relieved and so relaxed, because when I speak the language, I understand exactly what I am teaching, or what the word that I hear, I can break it down to the basic understanding. I don't need to translate it from Sanskrit into English, and then from English into my own mother tongue. No. If I say Jopata, I already understood. I don't need to translate Sanskrit. I study Sanskrit. I study Bengali. I study all these things, but I did not get the result and feeling. Hello, Mr. Karim. I am in a session. You can't call me now. I am in the house. I am in a session now. So please, if you are coming here. So our tradition, your tradition, your spirituality, ask about your destiny. Ask to do in this world, so that when you are doing it, you will do it with joy. You will not do it just because for the money, but you will do it out of happiness for the world and the desire to be able to do for people, to teach people. So when you want to be a Bokor, or you want to be a spiritualist or whatever, first thing is to do a reading to find out where am I on the stage of life, where is my spiritual development to progress, and then with that you can be taught and guided to where you want to reach. So I think we are done with the discipline. I'm going to pray now, and after I pray finish, we will close the section. But if anybody has any questions, Senam Ajabai said, "Greetings, Papa." Is it greetings or?
Yes, greetings from London.
From London. Okay, Senam Ajabai, thank you very much for this. Yes, I think that's all that we have for today.
Yes.
Yo. Oh, ago, mauga sombolisa, mauga kitikata, mauga ese joto, ame joto, ese ena no ese tema me ko no mebi to ko bebi. O na obi mebi na ndo ko no bi ogbe na to ko no obi mebi na wo na obi ogbe, senye bokoli ko me yo, senye da ka me yo. Ese gla amengla, ese ye joji me joji. E do ago na mi. Me yo se me han fura sho kwetse mi fura sho pete do ago ya abraxas me yo se andre po do ago yo ta andre to mebi no wo beso ka me yo me do ago. E me yo me no so je ayi do so ka chika zu bo ya andre me ya la fa banya glo mi la pri pe nya glo mi. Joro holo ni me yo ra ka kelo we nya yi ba ma jo fura fa plan ba ma do ka nya ba ka yi ba ka zu ka pro ba ka me ni ba ka ma ni ta ba ka ge ba ka peli pa ni me ba ha ja do ka ko mi zambo yo mi play ta jo ma ku afa ka ma vole ba chi ma vole fu do no bere ku ato no fo jo bo ni o he be jo bo ni me to ya mo mo ni o to a kwa pre ve yi le ve no beto ba jo tu so pre bu ko no te pre ka jo pata be ye ni hafi e jo vo va jo enyi yi jo pata be fi jo pata metro ma gbe da mo lu àbí fa gbe ule di jo pata na fi ya jo lo jo Jokpata, Jokpata, Mayor, Mr. Body, to Tomidente, Apape, Lutis, Bolu, Ajima, Bojuko Dodge, Valentina from the Valo, Jonakof, Agosapate Mayor, I think the Mayor, go to Vodu Mayor, Alafia. Yamayo, Abochisaka, Kamacho, Abia, Dogo, Topolino, Lecho, Franta, Manifim, Sincra, Kofito, Jamaku, Ocho, a Tua Coffee, Ocho, Coffee, Coffee. Yamayo, applicate them at present, continuo poeti, poeti, when you walk poeti, Trovo poeti, Chivi. Target I have a day, but very good, every year. I'm told a peasant, you are at the Togoya, a Plapo, Mia. Quella mi viene a passare la ebbene, oh, mi ha non vi vedete oh, cosa a me che le vidi me le vi poi via me le sono di me sono qua nel posto a me giri portane a me le sono portane a me le do di me le do fuori portane e do mi avalla me ne no sostiene a me le do bagino fo Togo mama no dasi alomena no dasi abomena no fono zo mele bedura de mia no petit ta bere ja tepe egbe vinye John no le do ba di bala mese bia mo je mo yere togo body no re pro do benefa wala je do ji na mese se ne baro abu ne dire mi akon Clevo vire che lo quattro anni buono tomate nyare che non puoi mettere perché ne compra me ya kwali bebe ji ku meji wole meji di meji lo so meji mani meji abla meji akra meji buda meji sa meji kama meji trupe meji tura meji lete meji che meji fu meji kwali che tu la meyo clevo vire che lo quattro anni buono tomate nyare ne me ko ne di lo do così e torno così Leon